We got the baby, you know.
Do it. Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Banana bread and coffee cake.
bingo. That's a great one. Welcome back to the podcast. A little bit different scenery today, Dave.
Yeah, much prettier view than normal.
Yeah, much prettier. I would say a very pretty view, a very elegant view, but not a disc golf view.
There's a disc golf course somewhere back there.
It's, so there used to be one on the mountain. There's one way over there that I wanted to go play,
Oh, that's right. It's that one.
but we would have to pay and contact the guy, and it sounds like he has to let you into the gate. So didn't end up doing that. And then the other one is,
back that way.
yeah, basically back that way.
Yeah.
So still a really cool scene. I would just like to say this is my home. This is where I call home now, this beautiful backyard. I'm very grateful that my mom and her boyfriend let us stay here, and
I'm also very grateful because sleeping in a bed last night was...
oh my gosh. Yes, dude, I slept really well. I just wish I got more sleep.
I mean, we went to bed super early because we were exhausted.
Yeah, you were out at like 8.
Yeah.
I made it till like 8:45. I tried to finish the football game,
Yep.
and the Lions had just gone up by 2 scores.
I woke up in time to check scores to see Amon-Ra scored and beat me by 1 point in my fantasy league.
Oh, damn.
I was like, all right, I'm going back to bed.
I stayed up just long enough. It was like fourth quarter with like 8 minutes left, and the Lions were up by 2, and I was like, I'm done.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah. But we're here in beautiful Steamboat Springs, Colorado. You guys will see how our trip goes when we put the vlog out. But let's give them a brief run through of what's going on.
We came out here to play in a tournament.
Yep.
Played in the 21st annual Snow Mountain Challenge, powered
Not powered.
by Innova.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun tournament.
Yeah.
Played on 2 courses that I don't think I ever would have stopped at had I been driving through this way.
Yeah. Maybe the Y, but maybe not that layout.
Yeah. First course, very short and technical.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple long holes, but for the most part, it was 200 to 250 most shots.
Yep.
Through some tight woods. Fun little techie course, and then we played the Super Y layout at the Super Y layout at the YMCA
Snow Mountain Ranch. Super fun layout. Super
Big,
long. Super.
mountain golf without the big, like the massive downhills, right?
Yeah.
Like lots of elevation change, but nothing that was like throwing like 18 at Solitude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of distance, which is great for me and you.
Yeah.
Especially in the MA2 division.
Mm-hmm.
But fun layout. T-pads, they kept everything a bit more natural, so T-pads were all dirt.
Mm-hmm.
The baskets look homemade.
They were homemade.
Yeah.
All of them except the like black hole and the few Prodigy ones.
Yeah. So.
Estrella, we're doing a podcast. Good morning. Yeah, I didn't think she wanted to be in here, but.
Good morning.
Good morning. That is my sister. She just woke up. Looks like she's going to work. We'll have some dogs running around. Kato! Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
But yeah, big bomber holes. A lot of trees to get in trouble with.
Yep.
We had a pitch count on my thumber, which I was way under.
Way under.
So, all in all, super fun tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Ian, congrats on your second place.
Thanks. Congrats on your first place, dude.
Thank you, sir.
Salt Lake boys taking the 1-2 podium. We'll get more into that tournament as we go along, but we want to talk about some Utah stuff first.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then after the tournament, we went and played Beaver Ranch.
We did.
That was super fun.
That is a amazing course with... If Snow Mountain had proper pads and baskets,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be up there, but not quite as high.
Yeah.
And you just have so much property up there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. I was really excited to play Beaver Ranch. It was a tough course for sure.
A lot of hills.
A lot of hills.
I had a fun roll away.
Yeah, Dave. You guys will see it in the video we put out of our Beaver Ranch playthrough. But Dave, actually, I don't even know if we will, because I don't know if we'll.
I don't think we'll see that one. No.
Dave on one of the most iconic holes, one of the two iconic holes, the par 4.
Yep.
Dave was like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw a thumber," and it was a left to right wind at the time.
Yep.
And the thumber actually looked pretty good out of your hand.
The wind
took it. It landed on edge, and rolled 500 at least 500 feet down a hill. We didn't find it till like 4 holes later when we came back.
Yep.
I
had a lot of drives that were not even close to the proper fairway.
No. I did almost ace that one hole.
You did.
I got really close. I parked it with a pipeline. It's a super, super fun course, and I'm really glad we got to play it.
A lot of different baskets to play too, so you can, choose your own adventure kind of thing out there, which I love, because you could play a hole and be like, hey, I hate playing the golds on this. It's way too hard. It's like, cool, then play the blues, play the whites. Like, choose your own adventure. Silvers?
Yeah, I think it's gold, blue, silver.
Okay.
And then they also have like a super fun
pitch and
putt course, which is awesome. Like we threw a few warm-ups on that.
You get points for like making aces and stuff on it. That's cool.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like the par 2 course at Beacon. Super fun though, and there's different tee pads for that too, so you can like. We were playing mainly the golds.
Yeah,
I mean, we were warming up.
We were warming up. It's like 70-foot shots. Like the shorter tee pads were like 35, like edge of circle kind of.
Yeah.
And I think that's great for like newer players, where they're like, cool. If you want to get out and get some putting practice in, go there and test your putts from different ranges, heights, elevations, stuff like that. Like, it's a great place to get good at putting.
For sure. I have one question for you.
Yep.
What was, we're probably driving back today or tomorrow. We haven't figured it out yet. But what's been like your favorite moment or memory of this trip so far?
The most enjoyable moment was jumping in the river after that round.
Yeah, that felt really good.
I think waking up in the morning and making breakfast and going to play Beaver Ranch while just like chilling outside, like having the van has been so clutch this weekend.
Amazing.
Like, I love just being able to be mobile and being able to like eat breakfast in weird places and just like chill. I think that was my most enjoyable, was just like sitting there relaxing, mowing down some food and being like, we're gonna go play this amazing course.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was the highlight.
Yeah, that was definitely awesome. That was yesterday morning. Yeah, that was awesome. Beaver Ranch, amazing. Like, I just love Colorado. I love that area of Colorado too.
Yeah.
Staying
in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, probably day 2 camp.
Yeah, that was mine. So day 1 camp, we parked in this wildland reservation with like a bunch of camp spots. We got there kind of late. We didn't get to the site we wanted, but it ended up working out for the best.
Yep. Much chillier than we thought it was going to get that night.
Yeah. Ryan Crocker was out here playing with us. We actually didn't see him after his round because he had to get back to Salt Lake, but he came with us that night, and then the next night, we're like, oh, we're playing the Y. Let's go somewhere different tomorrow. So we found a spot, and we thought there was going to be tons of camping spots around this little road.
Yeah.
There was like 4.
It was a BLM road, so I figured like there's always pull-offs on BLM roads that people do.
And there was a lot of pull-offs, but none of them were like camp spots, you know?
Yeah.
So we get up to this camp spot, and Dave's driving up this road, and we find the spot, and Dave's like, I'm okay with parking the van here. I'm like, no, it's going up there. And Dave's like, you sure? So Dave ran up the road. What? How far did you go, you think?
Maybe like 500-600 feet. Like I didn't go that far because the road's like steep. And I ran up around like 2 corners, like switchbacks. Noticed how like steep and windy it was there. Didn't find any other spots and was like, I don't want to keep going any further than this. Like it's not worth the drive.
Yeah, and then Dave's like, yep, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to put the front tire right there. I'm going to come up. We parked it. We had a great night. We took some beautiful pictures of the stars and the van, and just where we were camping was honestly...
The side of the mountain. Like, if you picture, like, the mountain in the background, we were basically on top of that looking down at the valley.
Yeah. In Winter Park area, which was super cool. That was my favorite night because we sat there. We were going to edit some videos, and we did do a test run of voiceover for round 1.
Yep.
I think we'll probably redo it now that we like have a drive going, you know. We want to do it right.
Yeah.
But we sat there and we shot the shit for like 2 hours. Didn't look at our phones, just looked at the stars, the beautiful valley lights, the sun setting. It was
just enjoyed being outside.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then last night camped in a little more cozy spot, like not a great view, but like
in the woods.
You could bring like some friends there and like have a few cars and camp out there, which is super fun.
Yep.
And then Beaver Ranch yesterday, drove back yesterday, got back in time for dinner and watched some football and passed out.
It's nice to take a shower.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That might be number 3 on the highlights.
Yeah, the showers, dude. Honestly, like I felt gross and I got in that shower and I was like, man, this feels great. And then when I like actually like cleaned my feet off of all the dust that had accumulated, I was like, oh, I haven't felt that in a few days. That feels really nice.
For me, it was like my face, like my eyes and everything, because I wear contacts and I haven't taken them out in like 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's like all that dirt and buildup around all that area. I was just like driving back last night, like I was like, I can't close my eyes because I feel like they're just gonna stick shut.
Yeah.
From how like grimy I am.
Well, we both took power naps in the van.
Yeah.
Like I was driving the first half when we were going.
It was not an intentional power nap.
No, when we were going up and over Bertha, Dave's just in the passenger seat, and then we stopped, got gas, and I was like doing the same thing. I was just on my phone because I'm like, if I turn my phone off, I'm passing out, and I go to the back and lay down, and there was like construction zone.
Yep.
I remember you stopping there, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna pass out now. And next thing you know, we're like halfway over Berthoud Pass. I'm like, wow, I didn't think I'd pass out for that long.
Yeah. No, it was. We were both very tired after that trip, but super fun. It's nice to play a lot of different courses out here in Colorado.
I mean, we played 1, 2, 3, 4 different courses while we were out here in the span of 4 days.
Yep.
So we played the short pitch and putt at the college.
Yep.
We played
5 because we stopped and played a pitch and putt in Utah on the way out.
That's true. So 5 in 5 days.
Yep.
And then we played. Oh my gosh, remind me the name of that course.
Pioneer Park.
We played Pioneer Park in one of their different layouts. It wasn't their main 18.
It was like it was an 18-hole layout.
It was an 18-hole layout.
I kept thinking it's like a 20-hole because we had like lettered like 4A, B, C, D.
Well, so it would go from like we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 4A, 4B, 4C,
4D,
4D, 7, 8, 9, 10, then like 10.
We skipped. Yeah, we skipped like 11 or something like that. We skipped 7. We played 16, 16A. We didn't play 17 or 18. It worked out to be 18 holes.
Yeah, it was super fun though. And then the Y, we played it twice technically.
We got the practice round up there. We played the front 9. We didn't play the right holes for some of the front 9.
Only the first 2 holes.
Yeah, but we kind of had an idea of where they were.
Yeah.
And then It was funny because we got there and TD's like, you all know the course. And Ian and I are just looking at each other like, I have no idea where we're going.
And then on final day, our card, luckily one guy knew the course pretty well. Like, he knew where the pins were.
Yeah.
He didn't know the shot shape at all, though.
Yeah.
And shout out to Jeff. Dude, you put up a good fight, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then that was super fun. And then drove to Conifer that night, drove through Evergreen, had some dinner.
Got to see some of Ian's hometown.
Yeah. We didn't even stop at, like, the house that I lived by. It was funny. There was, like, an hour on the road where I was, like, telling Dave, I'm like, oh, this is where this happened, 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 oh, this. And, I like, you were like, oh, whoa.
Ian's just gone a full nostalgia trip.
Yeah. It was fun, though.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks to Dylan for coming out and playing Beaver with us. My buddy from Frisco area.
Cheers to you, Dylan.
Where's he at now? He's somewhere out in there.
Yeah.
That Summit County area.
I'm sure we would have been fine without him, but it was way more helpful to have him there.
Yeah,
at Beaver.
He's played the course a couple times and like not kind of second guessing where to go and being like, oh, we go this way. The pin's somewhere up and over to the right. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
That's so much helpful, like having an idea of where to go versus just kind of guessing.
Yeah. And Beaver's cool too because it's technically 21 holes, 20 holes?
21 holes. Because it's 83 baskets.
Yeah. So it was 21 holes. We played 18. We skipped 11 and 12 because
they go massively
you
down.
look at it from the tee pad, and it's straight down to a valley, and then you, like, bushwhack up the side back up to another pin, and we're just like, well, let's just play 18. Like,
it's like 400 or 500 feet of elevation down and back up again.
in 2 holes.
That it's just like, imagine you went and played 18 at Solitude, and then you had to go back up to 18's tee pad to then go keep playing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah. That's a great description of it. I was thinking more, imagine playing hole 1 at Brighton, and then playing hole 2 to one's tee pad, but with a shorter amount of time and more elevation. So, let's get into it. So we're gonna start with our tournament that we just did, 21st annual Snow Mountain Challenge, powdered by Innova. Let's start with our MPO guys. Our lady and gentlemen. Oh wait, I gotta go to round 3. It keeps doing that for some reason. Ryan Crocker, our local Salt Lake guy, would shoot 7 under for the tournament. Shot 3 over on the final day, which would take him out of cash. Skylar Manti in 3rd place, Cody Sanford in 2nd place, and Doug Nigel Nagel in 1st place with a 25 under throughout 3 rounds. So
that's crazy. He is a local, so he does know the course. But 25 under, I mean, what a great score for that. Like, what did he shoot last day? 7
under. That's insane.
Yeah, like I can see it. Like, I could see our pros being able to do stuff like that if that's a local course. But still, like,
it's a tough course.
That's a tough course. Like especially on those baskets, dude. Like, if you're a hard putter, like, Davey would spit out every single basket.
Yeah, for sure. MP40. We didn't have any Salt Lake guys in the MP40, but Tom Carlio, who was our tournament director, and our MP40 winner, shot 16 under for the event, 2 over on the final day.
He was just outside at Creekside Open last weekend, playing the pro weekend. So
he was.
Shout out to Tom.
Shout out to Tom. Had a great tournament.
Cheating lefty.
MP60. Doug Smith. You guys all know him. Doug, if you don't know Doug, he's the guy out there either with a camera or somehow out driving you, and he's 60 years old.
Yep.
Doug's a great guy. We love Doug a lot. We got to talk to him a lot, which is super fun.
A lot of Utah representation out here.
Yeah. And then we go into our AM divisions. Will Cleveland would take it down at 13 under.
In MA1.
In MA1. Stuart Reef at 12 under in MA2. Or in 2nd place in MA1. And then Derek
Yeah, I'm going with that.
We go bump up 2 places to finish the podium out at 9 under for the tournament. Yeah, MA1, it was a pretty consistent type battle the whole weekend, which is super cool to see. Will somehow eagled hole 3 at the Super Y. That's the one I birdied. Yeah.
Like, even if you landed a little bit further than where you were, it's still like my upshot, right? I was still 100 feet plus 30 feet of elevation up towards the pin.
Yeah. I wonder if he threw it in or just has a huge arm.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, 525, a little bit, not necessarily downhill, kind of plays straight across.
Yeah. I would say it's maybe 5-6 feet of downhill.
Yeah. If he's throwing like 500, he gets to that berm before the island.
Yeah. Good morning, sister.
Hello.
Do you want to come say hi or no?
I really don't, because I look like a mammoth.
Well, they can hear you, so.
Well, I know they can.
You don't even want to come give me a morning hug?
No.
Okay.
I want to ask you what your plan is.
I don't know. Can we finish this podcast and I'll let you know?
How long is your podcast?
We probably got another 40 minutes.
I will be leaving for work by then.
Okay. Well, let us finish this and then I'll come chat with you and Dave can do the next part.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good, boys. You're going to be famous before you know it.
We hope so.
This way, or are they going to see me?
Yeah, they will see this way.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Goodbye.
That's insane. Eagling that hole.
Yeah.
I birdied it. We'll check in a
birdie it.
second. But I think I was the only MA2 birdie.
Probably.
I mean,
I think you were the only one that's...
There's only one other... There's one birdie on that hole in MA1. And 2 in MPO.
Yeah.
2 in MP40. So, pretty cool. And then the ladies, we actually had, all the ladies that played got paid out, which I thought was super cool. Even though there's only 3. Nicole Eaton taking it down at 9 under. Kathy Burke would finish even for second. And then Camille Centauri would finish plus 22 in third place. They were playing a different layout than us.
They were. Some shorter pins and whatnot, but
sound like
still out there crushing it and having fun.
Yeah, which is awesome to see.
Yeah.
MA40, Steph would win, but he would DNF after the first round for some reason. Don't know why. MA70.
I think he might have moved divisions.
Wait, hold on.
To
MP40?
No, I don't know.
Anyways, and then Ronnie Ross, MA70. There wasn't an MA70 sign up. Ronnie actually texted Tom and was like, hey, I'd love to play a tournament. And Tom was like, absolutely. So Ronnie came out and it sounded like he had a great weekend. He's been playing disc golf in Colorado for a very, very long time. Like, longer than me and you combined.
Yeah, longer than you've been alive.
Yeah. Super nice guy. Fun to talk to him. So, congrats, Ronnie. MA2, here we go. So, let's go round through round here because that's what we were playing in.
Yep.
And so, Jeffrey Mason, you carded with him.
Carded with him first round. He told me that his best score out there was +3 on that layout that he's ever shot. He was just playing really consistent golf. I mean, he doesn't throw super far, but he's pretty accurate. And he was making some putts that apparently he normally doesn't make. But, I mean, can't fault him for draining some good putts.
Yeah.
Shooting 3 under.
Dave, you would shoot 2 under with 1 bogey.
I would. I was hoping to keep it clean, and unfortunately, the one short hole that I think I almost aced every time we played in practice, I early released it into a tree, tried to get cutesy with a thumber, and
didn't work.
I
would shoot even on the round. I felt like round 1, I had 1 3-putt because my first putt was a little left. It hit the chains, and it still had, it nicked the chains, but it hit the ground, stood up and rolled into a bush, and I had the most awkward straddle putt. One of the most awkward straddle putts I've ever had. And I had a bush coming up into my arm, and I just like I couldn't get comfortable in the putt. And I would go on a 3-putt that, which really sucked. I had a good amount of birdies though.
A lot of awkward putts in this course.
Yeah.
Because you were kind of just like, there's willows everywhere.
Yeah.
So you were kind of just like straddling here, trying to get under there, like a lot of awkward putting.
Yeah.
But if your putt from like 30 feet was on, you're making birdies. Well.
Yeah. And then Evan, who I carded with, who would round out our card round 2, he shot 4 over. Evan is a very, like, he's new to disc golf. This was his first tournament ever. Mm-hmm. And for your first tournament ever, like, for him keeping the nerves to himself, I thought he played really well.
Yeah.
Round 2, this is where I got frustrated at myself. Dave, you'd shoot 4 under.
Yep.
No bogeys.
Cleaned it up.
Cleaned it up. Awesome. I would birdie similar holes, but I would bogey more holes. There was 2 holes I just lacked concentration and left 2 strokes out there, which I was pretty bummed about. I was trying to keep it fun and casual, and it became a little too casual.
Yeah. There was one hole especially where Ian and I were like next to each other, like literally here, 5 feet from the basket, and I was just behind him. He was like, "Oh, battle putts," and I was like, "No, I'm just gonna tap out." Threw mine in, and as I'm going to reach, Ian just throws his putt and misses right side chains.
It's fine. I was having fun. Besides those 2 putts, I felt like putting was like very confident or very lackluster that round.
Yep.
And going into the final day, it was Dave in first, Jeff in second.
You were 1 stroke behind.
I was 1 stroke behind Jeff, and then Evan was in fourth. I went into that day, and I'm like, I am going to try and match Dave on everything, right? First 3 holes. Okay, so we started out hole 3.
First hole you birdied, I parred.
Yep.
And then hole 4, which played a double mando, pretty hard hole in my opinion for par 4. I managed to make a par on that.
Which is a great par.
Yeah.
That's a tough par.
I was stoked on that. I thought for sure going into that hole, I was like, if I can get out of here with just a single bogey, I'd be happy. Mm-hmm. So.
You were the only par on that hole in our division, too.
Yeah.
And then I would bogey the next 3 holes. And at this point, I'm like, all right, we have hole 7. You bogey and I par. I'm like, okay, just keep it cool. Hole 8. One of the cooler. I enjoyed the hole.
Yeah, it plays like down a valley and back up to the other side, like about 310 feet, but it looks so much further.
Yeah. I would birdie it with a big putt.
Yep.
You were 10 feet behind me, and you chained out left side.
No, I jump putted like 20 feet past the basket.
Right. I would make a big birdie, and then the first par 5 came along, and this is where everything started to go down. Dave would par it, I would double it. It's just it's a weird hole.
Yep.
They basically combined 9
and 10.
And 10. So 9's normally a par 3 and 10's normally a par 4, and they put 9's tee pad to 10's basket, and it was just a weird shot.
It plays up this road where like you think you're safe at certain parts on the left side and certain parts on the right side, but if you go too far off that little road, you're just in jail. Mm-hmm. So the key to that hole is literally just like stay on. I threw what I thought was a great shot and ended up in the trees and had nothing but like a thumber up and over.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the holes that I expected to throw like 3 thumbers on basically.
Yeah. And then from there, I saw Jeff was starting to like play better, and then hole 15 came along, the next par 5.
Yep.
And we hadn't practiced these holes yet.
We had no idea. We were waiting on the guys in front of us.
Mm-hmm, walking up. And I, for some reason, just couldn't get this to do what I wanted to do at this point in the round. I would triple bogey 15, and I'm like, oh, Jeff is on my tail now. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, I just need to match Jeff or do better than him. It would come down to the last hole. I had him by 1 stroke on the last hole.
Yep.
He did not have a great tee shot. I threw a more safe, conservative tee shot. Ended up in a pretty good position, honestly. Like, I'm glad I threw a pipeline instead of like a sidewinder or a Tesla.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to go flippy and it almost turned. It did turn into a roller.
Yeah.
Somehow at 10,000 feet.
And then Jeff would throw his second out of bounds, And then at this point, I'm like, I just need a layup.
Yep, just keep it clean.
So I laid up to where I basically had a jump putt layup. Really good upshot. Like that felt like one of my better upshots of the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Jump putt under the basket to tap in the par. Jeff with double or triple bogey because of his OB stroke. And me and Dave taking down the 1-2, baby.
By 14 strokes.
Yeah. You're going to MA1 next year. So, I got to go talk to my sister real quick. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool.
That's all you, sir.
Well, I'll take over for a little bit while Ian's figuring out our plans for the next day or two here. We had a couple tournaments going on in Utah this weekend while we were gone. There was a small flex start at the Wunderfall on Friday. I think it was like a precursor to the Wunderfall full tournament. There's a couple people that showed up. We had one FA1, Britol Sylvester at 13 over. Zach Harry for MA2 shooting one down. There's a three-way tie for first place in MA2. Aaron Prestegard, Jacob Zoller, and Zach Harry. MA3, Kai Goldstein taken down. And then MA4, Dave Wham will go on to win it. So not a whole lot of people for the flex start, but it seems like a fun little tournament up there. I saw all the pictures that Scott was posting, and it looked absolutely gorgeous right now. All the fall colors changing. He sent out a link to everybody about the pictures that were taken up there. So if you haven't seen yet, go check it out. And then you had the Wunderfall on Saturday and Sunday. It was a MVP's Wunderfall 2024 CEP charity rated match. It's a 2-round event, so 2-day, 2-round event. We'll start with MPO. We had none other than Nick Larson taking it down at 11 under. And final day, ace on hole 7. Congrats, Nick. That's a fun little ace hole right there. Second place, Andrew Yale at 8 under. And third place, we had Alex Tews at 7 under. Let's check out how the ladies did. FPO, we had 3 people in FPO. Emily Yale taking it down at 7 under. Katie Cars at +1. And Katie, I'm going to butcher your last name, Chatri. Congratulations, ladies. Way to play well out there. Your MP40 winner with 9 under, Greg Sorensen. Congratulations, Greg. Great playing up there. MA1. We had, 8 people sign up for MA1. You had Spencer Livesey. Spencer Livesey taking it down at 5 under. Congratulations, Spencer. Way to kill it out there. FA1, we had one person, Brittle Sylvester. Congratulations. MA40, Brody Duncan taking it down at 7 under. Congratulations, Brody. Big shout out to you. He just gave us a stock run of our minis, the colored ones. So we'll be having those soon here. Thank you so much, Brody. Shane Glass at 3 under, and David Weaver at +4, taking down third place for the MA40 guys. A lot of MA40 guys out here. Good to see the old guys getting out into the woods. We had 5 players for MA60. Mark Avery and Charlie Quinn at 1 under each up at the Wunderfall. Red layout for the MA60 guys. Congratulations, you guys. Way to kill it. MA2s, we played B-Pool. Chris Kelly at 11 under, taking down the Wunderfall. Where is Chris out of? I have no idea.
Does not say?
Not on here right away.
Nah.
But congratulations, Chris.
Good job, Chris.
This would be the division that Ian and I would play in, so we're always more interested in that.
Mm-hmm. Jacob Zoller, 7 under, taking home second place, and then we had a
three-way tie for
three-way
second.
tie. Holy cow! Cody Chamberlain shooting 2 under to finish 7 under out of Kearns, Utah, and then
Tanner.
our homeboy Tanner shooting 1 under on that final round to get into second place. So, yeah.
Congrats, Tanner.
Congrats, gents.
Way to go. FA2, we had one person for FA2. Jana Booth, congratulations. That's what, 6 ladies? 7 ladies, actually.
Awesome.
FA3. Oh, no, FA3. So we had 8 or 9 ladies sign up for this tournament.
That's awesome. Love
great.
to see it.
You had Bonnie Armstrong taking down FA3. Congratulations.
MA3. This is where I probably should be playing, but I don't want to play here.
Nah, you don't belong there anymore.
Kai Goldstein. Kai, I love playing with you, dude. Congrats on taking it down. Looks like a rough last round, but round 1, you shot 8 under.
Wow, Kai.
Good job, dude.
What did his round 1 rate?
962.
Dang, Kai.
917 rated event. That's 51 over his
Dang, Kai.
rating.
Way
Good
to
job,
go, dude.
Kai. We're proud of you. Harrison Schlosser in second place at 3 under. Shot a 3 under final round. And then Austin Mercer shot 3 over final round to take it down at 2 under for third place. Congrats, guys. MA4, we had 6 signups. We had Boston Jones in first place at 1 under. It looks like he would win in a playoff to Tyler Ivy. They finished at the same score, but Boston says he's 1 and Tyler's 2nd. So I'm guessing
Nice.
they went to a playoff.
Yep.
Bryce Stone at 7 over, taking it down. So good job, guys.
Congrats, everybody up at the Wonderful this weekend.
Awesome.
It looks so pretty up there from the pictures Scott posted.
Yeah.
Would have been a fun event, but
Yeah.
I mean, can't beat these views out here.
No, this is great. I wish I was getting a little more sun. Like you finally got.
Oh,
the
dude,
sun.
I start going full lizard mode right here. I was just like soaking it in.
I got like 8 more minutes till I get some sun.
I mean, we got enough the last 3 days. I'm pretty burnt,
Yeah.
but
Okay, we'll go saucer tosser and then we'll go into some pro stuff, and finish this up. Saucer tosser open 12. A ton of runners only XC tier.
I think this is the last one of the year.
Maybe. I can see that. We had 8 people in MPO. Houston Finch shooting 12 under. And Britton Best shooting 12 under. Houston would take it down in a playoff. Congrats, Houston. And then Chaz also shooting 12 under to tie for second. David On. David On shooting 11 under with Landon Adams. Those guys are finished tied for 4th. Nick Lopez, Malachi, and Jake Harley in 6, 7, 8 respectively. Good job, guys.
Congrats.
MP40. Todd Wilkins would take down at 11 under.
Is that Mikey's dad?
Yeah, it definitely could be.
Is it? Oh, no, it's Wilkins, not Wilkinson.
Wilkins.
Yeah.
John
Mikey's.
Mattern taking it down at 8 under in second place. And then tied for third with Brian Hansen and Tyler Bagley at 7 under. Congrats, guys. MP50. Marvin taking it down at 6 under. Kurt
Heck yeah, Marvin.
taking it down at 5 under. And Christian Phelps taking it down at 1 under. Congrats, guys. MP60. We all know him and love him. Mike Whipple. Mike Whipple.
God, I thought my screen was dirty, man.
Yeah, mine's
Yours
dirty.
is just fingerprints all around.
Man, I know. Well, I'm not cleaning now. Mike, good job shooting, dude. MA1, here we go. This is all you, dude. I'm going to eat some more.
MA1. We had Bryant Adams taking it down at 9 under, and then a tie for second between Casey Hayward and Robert Gordon. Both shooting 6 down. Way to go, guys. A lot of Eagles on hole 18.
I think they play
Plays a par 4. I Eagle 18.
Yeah, with your new form, you can.
I
I'm
know.
not quite there yet.
MA40, big takedown for John Ward. Ward. Congratulations, John. 11 under. Jimmy Staggs taking down second place at 7. And then Matthew Millman at 4 under, taking down finish off your top 3. Congrats, guys. MA50, we had 2. We had Greg Jensen and Corey Bentley. Greg Jensen would take it down at 5 under. Congratulations. 1 MA60, we had David McCullen.
McCulf. Whatever.
At +4. Congratulations. MA2, we had Ethan Wimmer taking it down at 9 under. Braden Snow and Aaron Prestegard would finish both at 6 under. Mac at 5 under in 4th place. Congratulations, guys.
Good shooting, gents.
Played 20-hole layout. Wow, at Roots. I wonder what we got to go back and play that layout when we get back up at Roots there.
Yeah.
See what we could have done.
Mm-hmm.
FA2, we had one person in FA2, Afton Bodel, taking it down at 13 over. Congratulations, Afton. MA3, wow. We had Ryan Evans take it down at 7 under, and then with an ace on hole 8.
That's awesome.
That's a great hole to ace. That's the down to the right if it's in that pin position. And then a 4-way tie for second place here with Kyle Brabby, Riley Thurgood, Jared Shemanik,
Sure.
and Bryce Kidman, all at 5 under. Wow.
Hayden Seeger.
What a way. Hayden Seeger finishing at +1. Shout out to Hayden.
Shout out to Hayden. He would eagle hole 19.
He would. Good job, man.
Good job, Hayden. Means you got some distance on you now. MA4. Dan Steffens would take it down at 1 under with a 3-way tie for second with Steph Marks, Carl Park, and Jacob Kidman all shooting +2 with Skylar Coons in 5th place at 3 over. That's actually a pretty tight field in that middle of the pack.
Yep.
From +2 to +7 between,
I mean, even the winner only at 1 under. Like, it's a close race there.
Mm-hmm. And then we did have some juniors. So let's go through the juniors. Xander Kidman shooting 17 over in MJ 15. Sam Ward shooting 3 over in MJ 12. And Carter Swift shooting even in MJ 10.
Congrats, kids.
Congrats, kids.
We're gonna have to do a little challenge to see if we can beat their scores.
Yes.
Because I have a feeling we might lose.
Yes. Okay. Let's get into DGPT Playoff MVP Open by OTB Discs at Maple Hill.
Yeah. It was a wild weekend. We didn't get to see too much of it because we were out in the woods camping. Didn't have a whole lot of service. But able to check in on some of the highlights.
Let's go through FPO real quick. Missy Gannon would take it down with a 7 under final round to shoot 18 under for the tournament, whereas Kristen had the lead going into hole 16, would bogey 17 and double bogey 18, and Missy would birdie 17 and par 18 to secure her win. Kristen would shoot 16 under, Owen would shoot 15, Paige Pierce at 14, Ella Hansen at 13 to round out your top 5.
Paige had a great final round from what I saw from the highlights. She was playing very similar to like old Paige, like kind of what we're used to seeing from her.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to see Paige play well. Like, I feel like so much this year we haven't really seen her much on coverage. And when you do, it's like, oh, okay, she's back to like her form.
Yeah. Totally.
Love seeing that. And congratulations, Missy, for, clutch time playing lights out, basically, when she needed to, and taking down the big win.
That's a big win, especially with, like, Kristen in the lead. Like, trying to chase down Kristen Tatar in the final round is not an easy task.
No, I think this is only the second time Kristen's lost in an event where she's had the lead going into the last day. Like, normally she just doesn't let go.
Yeah.
And it seemed like she just could not hold on this week.
Yeah. Congrats, ladies. Awesome to see.
Also, wanted to shout out Owen Scoggins, birdie in hole 1. That is a big hole that you only really see distance players normally birdie. Like, I don't think anybody within the top 10 in FPO birdied hole 1. No, not a single person. Not until
Valerie,
Val?
Yeah.
Val Mandahano and Kona, big distance people. That's it. Like,
That's awesome for Owen.
shout out to Owen.
Shout out to Owen. All right, MPO. This is where the talking starts. Okay, so round 1. I want to go round through round here because this was interesting. Paul, Ezra Robinson, Gannon Burr, and Ricky would take your lead card. The first 3 shooting 8 under, and then Ricky beating out Gavin Babcock just by PDGA number, shooting 7 under. Round 2. Aaron Gossage goes off. Corey Ellis goes off. Ricky has a pretty consistent day. Ezra wouldn't have a great day, but he would stay in on the lead card. Round 3. We see Aaron Gossage, Ricky Wysocki shoot 8 under. Gannon shoot 9 under. Like, okay, here we are. James Proctor shoot 9 under, coming out of nowhere. And Parker Wallach shooting 10 under. This is where it gets interesting for me.
A lot of big rounds.
A lot of big rounds.
If you have Gannon and Ricky chasing you down,
How scared was Goose?
you got to be like nerve central. You're like, I'm playing great. I got to play my game and keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
But with those 2 boys chasing you, like, you're like, damn, I really got to, like, I can't miss.
Yeah.
Basically. Like, if I make a mistake, they are going to catch me.
Yeah. So going into round 4, Goose and Ricky would have the lead. Gannon 1 stroke behind, and James Proctor 2 strokes behind the leaders. We all know what happens. If you don't know what happens, go watch the highlights.
Yep.
Paul would go off on chase cards, shooting 11 under
Damn.
to finish at 28 under. Goose
He was
and Ricky
in
and
the
Gannon.
in the clubhouse at 28 under before they finished 17, I believe.
Yes. Goose, Ricky, and Gannon would all finish at 27 under. Goose had the chance to win this tournament
Yep.
on hole 18. And he just couldn't quite clutch it up. He tried.
He did.
The dude, he was going for the birdie, and he had to.
He threw the best drive.
Mm-hmm.
He just needed. I don't think he necessarily needed to throw it in. He was thinking in his mind, if I throw this in from where he landed, he wins.
Yeah.
Which he does, like guaranteed.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed to do that. I think he needed to make the island.
Yeah.
If he makes the island, he puts the pressure on
James.
Proctor to have to throw a good upshot because Proctor was out of position. He had already thrown up his second upshot, his first upshot off his drive, and hadn't crossed the island yet.
Yeah.
So he still had a tester to get across.
Yeah.
He could have laid up and pitched across and tied Goose, but like you put the pressure on, I feel like, by
Sure.
doing that. Goose would go and throw OB without ever crossing into the island.
It was very close.
Yeah.
It hit,
The
that
front of the
last
wall.
front of the wall, top of the wall, rolled back. It almost rolled back in bounds, but the rocks kind of stopped him.
Yeah.
And then at that point, Goose is pretty much out of the running for it.
Yeah,
with the
at
OB
best
stroke.
you're parring at that point, which would have tied him with Paul. So he definitely was like, all right, well, that was my chance. James now just needs to get across. All he does is par, and he wins. Bogey, and he wins, I believe, right?
Yes.
So all he has to do is avoid throwing OB. What does he do?
Throws OB long.
Throws OB long. Does cross the island, though, so he goes to the drop zone. And then this is where we see the clip that I think has been shared everywhere at this point.
Yes.
About 47 feet.
Yeah, that's what coverage said it. Was
Coverage
at.
said it was 47 feet. From a drop zone through a little Y tree.
Uphill,
Slightly uphill.
slightly.
Slightly uphill. I mean, the gap he had to hit was probably 2-3 feet wide. Like, it wasn't very big. Hits the gap perfectly, drains the putt. You see that disc almost cut through the basket. And I was like, oh, man, if that cut through, that would have been the worst. Like, we'd have a talk about baskets if that cut through.
100%.
But it stays in. Cashed it for the win. Big moment for the proctologist.
You see him throw his hands up before when it's in the wide trees.
I think he knew once he hit the gap through the trees, he's made it.
Well, you
Like-
heard the interview afterwards.
Yeah. He asked his wife, like, he's like, what do I need to do to win? She's like, make the putt. And he goes, okay, I got it.
Yeah, he basically asked, like, what happens if I make this putt? She's like, you win. he's like, let's do it. Boom, done. If he would miss that putt and double bogey, he would go to a playoff with arguably one of the scariest players to go to a playoff with.
Yeah.
Paul Macbeth.
Yep. James Conrad did it in one.
Yeah, well, the stars aligned for that one.
They did.
The stars were starting to align for this, and I'm super excited and super happy to say congrats to James Proctor on your MVP Open.
Proctologist.
First major win.
Yep.
In America. He did one in Europe, but that was fun. It wasn't quite a James Conrad moment, but that's a moment where you're like,
it's a big moment. It's in the playoffs. You get a win here, and it almost guarantees you, even if you're low on points, almost guarantees you that you're getting to the championship.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of the championship, we have the 2024 Disc Golf Pro Tour World Standings point breakdown. These are your final points. So, let's start FPO.
Yeah. Let's take a guess at who's... I know you've already looked at this, but can you remember? Who's in the lead? Who do you think for FPO?
Kristen was hurt for a little bit.
She was hurt. She didn't play a few events. She was out in... But only so many count.
Yeah. Kristen's in first.
Okay.
Missy and Holland are 2-3 in whatever order.
Okay. I think Missy took it down with this one. I think she passed her.
Missy did. Oh, hey, I got the top 3 right.
Yep, you did get the top 3 right.
I just flipped them around. So Missy in first with 14.02, Holland with 13.83, and Kristen in 13.70 for points.
I mean, that's a big start. Kristen doesn't start in first place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make this, I think, a lot more interesting, especially because she hasn't been lights out this season.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if Missy can keep that lead, especially when, big money Missy, it's the highest paid tournament of the year.
Mm-hmm. On our cut line, let's talk about our cut line real quick.
Yep.
Lisa Fakis.
Yep.
She's pretty safe in there. At 728 points.
7,000.
700.
Oh, 700.
Yeah, there's a point there for 0.8. Hannah Quinn at 653.58 points.
She passed, I believe, Ellie during this event because she beat her and took over the points. So Ellie was right on that cut line. Mm-hmm. And I believe Hannah Wynn, with the higher rating, ended up passing her and Stacy Kiefer.
Yeah. That was a tight race. Ellie is 652.83, so less than 1 point difference between 20 and 21 on that points rating.
Yep.
And then Stacy Kiefer in 22nd put up a good fight, but was
647, so only a 5 points behind.
Mm-hmm.
Like not far.
Yeah. And then after that, it drops off pretty drastically down in the 500s. So.
Yep. I think what I would like to start seeing with the points is not placement, but you get strokes based on how many points you have.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if somebody, for some reason, like a Gannon, shoots, 700 points higher than the next person, but he only gets a one-stroke advantage because it's only one placement, it's like, dude played that much better. Shouldn't he be that much higher?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of an interesting thought.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Okay, MPO, Gannon Burr.
We kind of knew that one. 6 wins this year so far. Nobody's catching him.
MVP Open was the first 4-round tournament he hasn't won this year.
Yeah.
The
only.
Ricky at 2, Nicholas Antela at 3. That is like, Nicholas had a really good season.
He had a couple wins early on that I think we tend to forget about sometimes. And he was pretty consistent in a lot of his tournaments.
Yeah. Calvin at 4, Isaac Robinson at 5, sorry. Paul Macbeth at 6.
That one kind of surprised me more, I think, because we didn't really see, we saw spurts of Paul here and there, but we didn't see him on lead card that often.
For Paul being in front of someone like AB, who had a really good year.
Who had a lot of wins early on.
That's surprising. Obviously, AB had some really bad tournaments and some really good tournaments.
Yep.
But
just shows what consistency can do.
Yep. James Proctor going 13th, Matteo just above him. Gooseman in 15.
Where's our cut line at?
Our cut line's at 32. So this is a big cut line. Top 32 between 26th place and 27th place and 37th is 100 points. So let's talk about this cut line real quick because we have a lot of people in here that I thought had decent seasons and have missed the cut. Let's go from the bottom up. James Conrad. 43rd. Would miss the cut by a few hundred.
Kevin Jones at 44.
Kevin Jones at 44. Alden Harris, not too surprising. Paul Ulibarri, 400 points.
I think he took some time off, too, because he had a kid.
That is true.
So he didn't play in some of the tournaments, but... Mm-hmm. And I don't think he played in any of the playoff events, which all counted towards your points. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of has a big sway on it, too.
Sure. Just missing out by less than 50 points was Austin Turner, Jake Hebenheimer, Ezra Aderhold, Bradley Williams, and Luke Humphreys. Luke would miss out by 15 points to Emerson Keith, who is your 32nd and final entry into the tournament.
Corey Ellis taking it down one spot above, and Corey Ellis finished, 10th this tournament? He finished 5th at GMC and 10th at MVP. Mm-hmm. And I think both of those secured his win because before that,
he did not have a good season.
He was not having a great season. So it just shows how much those playoffs really matter towards your points.
Mm-hmm. On the upper half of the cut line, Emerson, Corey, we just talked about. Vino. Securing it. Robert Burridge. Eagle was on this cut line, and because of his placements at D-Glow and GMCA and at Worlds, bumped him up. Luke Taylor at 500, and then Joel Freeman. And the rest of the names you guys should know.
Pretty familiar guys up there. Although Evan Smith, lesser-known name, making his way up.
Mason Ford. Cole made it. Cole had a good season, even though he did take some time off due to injury. Andrew Marweeb. Yeah. I mean, the top 15 are pretty, hey, we know at this point. And then below that, it's okay. I'm surprised to see Simon not up there more. I know he hasn't had the best season ever, but...
He does have a win. Music City Open. That helps a lot. I think he's just had a pretty inconsistent year for his standards, especially. Yeah. So.
Sweet. Yeah. We're excited to go into the final
Tour Championship.
Tour Championship in 2 weeks or 1 week.
I believe 2 weeks.
I want to sit back and relax real quick.
Yes, sir.
Also,
little teaser.
Yeah.
We should have our coverage of Creekside Open up hopefully sometime this week.
I would say Saturday the latest.
Yep.
I want to put it soft on Saturday. It'll definitely be up before the next podcast.
Yeah.
But we've got the clips. Day one's done, except for an outro and voiceover.
And we did some of the voiceover.
Yeah, we're gonna redo that voiceover in parts. The back nine.
The back nine's mostly cut. We need to put in a lot of the elements and other stuff.
And that takes the most amount of time.
Yeah.
So.
Although we could take a lot of that from the first.
Yeah.
First half. We'll get it done though, because we could do that on the car. I can work on some of that on the car ride back as well.
We really want to get this out for you guys, but we want to make sure we do it right. Yep. And we have talked to Ben, and we want to do some sort of release watch party at the shop. Yeah. If you guys would be interested in that, please comment below, leave something in the comments so we if you would want to see that, and I'm sure Ben would love to do it. We would love to do that, but we'd probably put it out Saturday at that point.
Yeah.
Because
Friday or Saturday.
We could put it out Friday and then do the watch on Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We're not putting any other content up besides this podcast until or podcast until we get that done. But we have
A lot of stuff that we filmed this week.
we have 3 videos that we filmed this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have after we get coverage out, it will be in no specific order. A fun practice round of the Y that we just shot because it was fun.
Yeah.
A vlog, and then the Beaver Ranch playthrough.
Yep.
And then after that, we'll see how we're feeling because we have some things in the work that I don't want to spoil here, but we'll be shortening the podcast a little bit and moving on to our next season, and we'll take a few weeks off of the podcast and kind of go from there. But
yeah, well, I think we'll have some more fun video ideas coming out too because we have a lot of people that want to work with us. So
yeah, we're excited.
We'll get some stuff out.
I don't know why, but it won't let me. Maybe I need to go to this. Hold on, real quick. Sorry.
Oh, what are you looking for? When the tour championship is
schedule? So we have USDGC. October 10th through the 13th, so that's
this 17th through the 20th is the tour championship.
So 3 more weeks of podcast, 2 more weeks of podcast.
Yep.
And then we'll be taking a little break from the podcast and doing some other stuff. So yeah, we're excited for everything to come out that we've been working on. I know we haven't had like a video out in a while, but
we've been doing a lot of stuff with traveling and everything else.
And filming coverage, like I want to get that done first. And
yep.
We wanted to do more editing while we were out here, but we've been enjoying the nature and enjoying this trip more than anything. We don't want to like pressure it.
Yeah. So. Don't spoil the trip more than you need to.
Exactly.
But we should have some downtime today. They could probably work on a bit.
Yep.
But on to the last segment.
Do it.
We unfortunately didn't get this one out last week because
we're in the car.
We were in the car. We've kind of forgot. So this week's disc of the week, I've been playing with it all day, is the Cloudbreaker. This one specifically, it was the Ganonburg Color Glow Horizon Sea Line Cloudbreaker. I didn't think I could throw one of these. It was very like Destroyer-esque in my mind, like super stable. This one has a nice little bit of like flip up, or if you can get it out flat, it'll give you like a slight turn with like a reliable fade. It's not too overstable, I feel like. And with my form change, I can actually rip on one of those. Yeah,
I've been really enjoying this thing. I haven't thrown it as much as you have, but this reminds me of like my race, but a touch faster.
Yeah.
It feels good in the hand. It doesn't feel like a 12 speed. Like
Yeah.
it does, but it doesn't. Like
It's not oversized.
Yeah.
Like you get some of those 12 speeds and you're like, wow, this feels big.
Like your Havoc rim, right? Like I can't hold that thing. But this
That's
thing
a
I
13.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, that's become my like reliable in the wind stable driver. Which used to be my Havocs, but
Your
those are
Havocs
now
are-
kind of flippy for the way I throw.
You're massive now.
Dude.
Dave actually has an arm. He won't admit it, but
What I was surprised about was like yesterday playing at Beaver and throwing my Strive on hole 7 and it just almost turning into a roller.
yeah.
And I was like, how?
We did have a little crosswind, but it wasn't.
It wasn't that much, and I threw it like kind of what I thought was like pretty flat. Like it went straight for a while, and then it just dropped, and I was like, since when?
Yeah.
Like we're at 8,000 feet. How?
Yeah.
Like
It was insane. Yeah, these are fun though.
Oh, then I tried to throw that on like an anti line, and it's just like, yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, get your Ganon Cloudbreakers. These are super fun. They also glow, so if you play glow rounds, it's getting dark out earlier now. You'll be able to find them.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the view.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at it most of the time through the laptop, but like, we get to turn around here and actually look at it. I'm just doing this.
Moving off to the side a little bit.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
All right. See you guys later.